All right, Shalom. Before I begin this lesson, I want to start off by giving all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushua, Bahashem, Kakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and peace and blessings to the hopeful elect. I'm the brother lawyer, and I teach at the Great Millstone National Camp. Coming back with a quick lesson. And before I play the video and go into this lesson will be entitled, They Shall Hate the Whore, Salakia. I meant to get some damn water. They shall hate the whore. And so I'm going to go into this video. It says Canada, Trudeau blames Trump for trade war. And so we know that Canada is a part of the beast, you know, that it speaks about in Revelation 17. It's Salakia. Real quick, Salakia. I had to pour me some water. Should have poured that shit before I started. So yeah, NATO is a part of the beast system, which most of these countries, NATO, EU, you know, they're gonna turn on Babylon the Great America. So Copyright Act of 1976, fair use. All right, I'm not getting any money from this video. Damn it, I started over. I'm not getting any money. Yeah, I'm not making any money from this video or anything like that. You know, this is for educational purposes only. So, and I forgot to read this part. It says Canada's Trudeau blames Trump for trade wars. It says very dumb thing to do, and he's gonna go into saying how basically how corrupt America is. So let's play some of this video.
25% tariffs against $155 billion worth of American goods. Starting with tariffs on $30 billion worth of goods immediately, and tariffs on the remaining $125 billion of American products in 21 days' time. I want to speak first directly to the American people. We don't want this. We want to work with you as a friend and ally. And we don't want to see you hurt either. But your government has chosen to do this to you.
And you know what?
Markets are down.
And so he said he didn't want to hurt. He don't want to see American people hurt. And that's what eventually is going to happen. Especially when this World War III pops off. And when these nations turn on America, their own allies turn on America, it's going to be bad. You know, America is already defenseless, you know. Hey, but it's going to be bad. Let me keep playing this video. I ain't going to try to keep stopping it.
And inflation is set to rise dramatically all across your country. Your government has chosen to put American jobs at risk, at the thousands of workplaces that succeed because of materials from Canada or because of consumers in Canada, or both. They've chosen to raise costs for American consumers on everyday essential items like groceries and gas, on major purchases like cars and homes, and everything in between. They've chosen to harm American national security, impeding access to the abundant critical minerals, energy, building materials, and fertilizers that we have and that the United States needs to grow and prosper. They've chosen to launch a trade war that will, first and foremost, harm American families. Now I want to speak directly to one specific American, Donald. In the over 8 years you and I have worked together, we've done big things. We signed a historic deal that has created record jobs and growth in both of our countries. We've done big things together on the world stage, as Canada and the US have done together for decades, for generations. And now We should be working together to ensure even greater prosperity for North Americans in a very uncertain and challenging world. Now, it's not in my habit to agree with the Wall Street Journal, but Donald, they point out that even though you're a very smart guy, this is a very dumb thing to do.
Yep, because ultimately it's going to come back, and bite them in the ass. And so, let me get some scriptures real quick. And I don't really have too much planned and stuff like that. And so, let me make sure I stay down the right. So first, let's go into this. So I typed in NATO nations because at first I thought that Canada was part of the EU, but that doesn't make sense because, Canada is not a European nation. So first it says NATO, right? North Atlantic Treaty Organization. These are the countries. And here you have Canada and the United States. And so these are all their allies, America's allies. And America is the head of, NATO. So anyway, Jeremiah 51:7. It says Babylon had been a golden cup in the Lord's hand that made all the earth drunken. The nations have drunken of her wine. Therefore, the nations are mad. And so you see Canada's president, he's pretty pissed off because he's like, we done did business all these years. We have did major things, on what he said on a world scale. We did great things. And now you're making this dumb decision and it's going to affect your people. You putting tariffs on us thinking that it's just going to hurt us even more. Really, it's going to hurt the American people. And ultimately, he's saying, how the government really doesn't care about its people. Well, he didn't actually say that, motherfucker. Look at how he's saying. He's saying it's going to hurt the economy. It's going to make inflation grow. And what's this, not grow, rise in America. So what's this going to do? That's going to break the pockets even more of the American people. And ultimately it's going to bring in this MOTB system, mark of the beast system, which is the chip. All right. And it says Babylon had been a golden cup in the Lord's hand that made all the earth drunken. How was the earth drunken? By the ways of her philosophies, the different ways of living. So let me get a little swig of water. Democracy, So you have different policies, and that's how, hell, even what they call it, the greenback, the dollar, all these different ways of living end up taking down their economies. And that's what's happening now. It says Babylon is suddenly fallen and destroyed. How for her take balm for her pain? If so, she may be healed. But ain't no healing Babylon. Babylon can't be healed. The amount of debt, the damage that she have done to other countries, starting with the Israelites, so-called blacks, Latinos, Native Americans, and Hispanics. All the hurt she has done to our people. And ultimately, the hurt that the elite have done to the economy of America. The economy is the infrastructure. And so once that infrastructure is messed up, it ain't no restoring. Like when you have a building that you're trying to restore, basically you work from the inside out. Even when you building a building, you might put the outside of it up, but you start in the inside to help with to build up the foundation. America's foundation is through. Verse 9, we would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed. Forsake her and let us go, every one to his own country, for her judgment reacheth unto the heaven, and is lifted up even to the sky. So yeah, America's judgment is prepared. It's time for her judgment. You know, and her time won't be prolonged, like how it says in Isaiah 13. Isaiah 13 and 22. And the wild beasts of the islands shall cry in their desolate houses, and dragons in their pleasant palaces. And her time is near to come, her days shall not be prolonged. So her time of judgment is near. Babylon, the great America, the lady of kingdoms, right? It's time for America's judgment. Uh, Revelation 17 and 1. I'm going to jump around. Revelation 17 and 1. And there came one of the seven angels which had the seven vials, and talked with me, saying unto me, Come hither, I will show unto thee the judgment of the great whore that sitteth upon many waters. And the many waters is nations. Let me get that real quick. Let me find that. I forgot where it's at. On the matter of fact, it's in the same chapter. All right. So continuing verse 1, it says, saying to me, Come hither, I will show unto thee the judgment of the great whore that sitteth upon many waters. And I believe that's in verse, yep. So let's go down to verse 15. And he said unto me, The waters which thou sawest, where the whore sitteth, are peoples and multitudes and nations and tongues, showing that it's a country. You know, it says, And the 10 horns which thou sawest upon the beast shall hate the whore, and shall make her desolate and naked, and shall eat her flesh and burn her with fire. So these different nations, EU NATO nations, right, are going to shoot missiles upon Babylon the Great. You know, America is this woman that rides upon the beast, bro. Like how you ride upon, you know, a horse and so forth. What you doing? You controlling that animal. So this beast ain't gonna like how it's being controlled by Babylon. You know, they drunk of her wine, right? They was under that spell, took upon her philosophies, and now they're waking up to the bullshit. And the beast is seeing how she's doing them. You know, and that's a house divided, because this beast that America rides upon, these are Edomite nations. These are brother nations. And she's getting over on them. It says, For God had put in their hearts to fulfill his will, and to agree and give their kingdom unto the beast, until the words of the Most High should be fulfilled. And it says, And the woman which thou sawest is that great city, America, which reigneth over the kings of the earth. And that reminds me of the hammer of the earth, because America controls these different countries. Yeah, Jeremiah 50 and 23 says, How is the hammer of the whole earth cut asunder and broken? Has Babylon become a desolation among the nations? So yeah, this hammer of the earth is America. You got these different military bases around the world in these different countries. You know, you making, you up here putting tariffs on all these different nations, and you controlling wars, you behind wars. You know, so that's you being the hammer over the whole earth. You know, your economics alone, your economic system. So like, yeah, your system alone, you know, brings nothing but hardship, and ultimately nations have to serve you. So let me keep getting. Let me get some more scriptures real quick. And then also too, he said that basically the American government, right, is basically not messing with. He said something about the national security of America, but basically, so national security says national security or national defense refers to protection of a country's citizens, economy, and institutions, or institutions. is considered a government duty and encompasses foreign relations, foreign and counterintelligence, internal and international security. All right. Basically, I think this is just an act. And so basically, with this trade war, hell, you said you're gonna put tariffs on Canada and Mexico, so that's border nations. So say the relations got so bad, and Trump was talking about going to war with Canada or invading or some shit like that, and then here you have Mexico, and so really, America doesn't have any security. America doesn't really have security now. We don't. America is a village of a village of unwalled villages. There ain't no protection. There ain't no missile defense system for America or nothing like that. And so basically the whole country's at risk. America's at risk. The people, I make it quick. And it says, damn, what do I want? I'm gonna get this. Revelation 64, and there went out another horse that was red, and power was given to him that sat thereon, and to take peace from the earth, that they should kill one another. And there was given unto him a great sword. This red dragon, or this horse, represents Esau Edom. In power, he was given the sword as his blessing back in Genesis. And he wants to take peace from the earth. He wants to take peace, bring forth bloodshed. Why? Because he had for a short time to bring forth his NWO and have people shipped up and to be tagged in this new system. It says, in matter of fact, let me go on the second Esdras real quick. Because when shit get hard here, basically, he was talking about inflation, so it's gonna be harder to eat, get gas, different stuff like that. So Second Esdras 15, and I'm gonna start at 14. It says, woe to the world and them that dwell therein, that be us, for the sword and the destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up and fight against another with swords in their hand. That's race wars. There are even other nations going at it. It says, for there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power. So there you got home invasions, your race wars, your community wars. Wherever you live at, doors will be getting kicked in. Why? Because the economy done finally crashed. Which that's what they want, to bring the order out of chaos. It says, a man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. For because of their pride, the cities shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword, and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and great tribulation. So yeah, lack of bread. Why? Because the economy. The economy is bad. It crashed. Ain't no more going to the stores, and it says, and really that's all I want with that. Just really the main point is that, Babylon is messing over their own allies, which is what they need. And so, Babylon is singled out. All these nations are beginning to hate the whore, and just keep watching the prophecies come to life. So with that, I'm going to give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushua, Bahashem, Kakadash. Shalom.